Alright, so I'm on my way to the junkyard this morning. See if we can find a 8.8 for the Jeep. I'm going to try to find one with 355 gears and an open differential. The gear set really doesn't matter since I'm going to be re-gearing it anyway, but if I get one with 355s, I could go ahead and swap it in if I wanted to, and it'll match the front axle. And I want an open carrier because the Spartan locker really doesn't work with the limited slip carrier. It's really designed for the open carrier. So, and I already have the Spartan locker, so that's what I'm going to be aiming for. It's a perfect day, 70 degrees and sunny. Perfect day to go junkyard hunting. Alright, I did it. Got my 8.8 in the back of the truck. Yes, I did it by myself, and yes, it was very difficult. And yes, it was very heavy, but I got it. It's a 355 open. Pretty sure it was the only one in the yard that was 355 open. There's a lot of 410s and 373s and limited slips and stuff like that, but I had to hunt for that 355, but I found it, so let's go home. This is one of my favorite features of the Rebel right here. I don't know if you can tell right there, but the truck lowered probably 3 or 4 inches. Air suspension. I got my rear axle. So it is the 355, like I said, and it is open. I checked the gears before I started pulling it when I was at the junkyard, and the ring and pinion look brand new. The spider gears look fine too, but that's not really that important since I'll be replacing them with the Spartan locker. So I'm whoops for today, but I got a good start for tomorrow, next weekend, whenever I want to get started back on it. But I'll start cutting all the brackets off, getting the brake lines off, getting the ABS stuff off, getting the old calipers and rotors off. I have new calipers and rotors and pads coming from Rock Auto, so I'm just going to throw all those away basically. I also have all new brake lines and all new brackets, leaf spring mounts, U-bolts, all that stuff. I got all that stuff from Barnes. Right here actually, it's been under my workbench for the last 6 months. And I got all the brake lines and that sort of stuff from East Coast Gear Supply. I also got their bolt-in e-brake cables too, so I don't have to try to adapt any of this stuff. I'm just gonna hook it straight into the factory YJ e-brake line, e-brake bracket, whatever. Whew, that was a lot of work. I also have a solid axle cover coming because these are known to be pretty thin. They're referred to as tinfoil. So I'll get all that put on. I'll get it painted, or I'll get it primed after I get all the stuff cut off of it. Get it mocked up in the Jeep, tacked in there after I get the 35 out, and once it's fully welded, I'll have beefy front and rear axles and be ready for a re-gear and 35s. It would be easier to re-gear it out of the Jeep, but I haven't bought the gear set yet. I'm going to be doing it myself, and I haven't bought the gears yet, so I don't want to wait around and buy more parts right now. I'd rather just get it swapped in. I can run the 31s for a little longer and be fully locked front and rear, and I won't be unstoppable due to ground clearance, but it'll have a lot of capability. I bent the backing plates up pretty good getting it out, but that's a small price to pay for pulling it myself. Speaking of price to pay, I paid $168.74 out the door for this rear axle. That includes a core purchase of $15, so if I bring them my Dana 35, they'll give me $15 for it, which is probably more than I'll get for it on Craigslist anyway. Also, I had to pay an environmental fee, which is BS, and tax. So the axle was only $128.99, then all the fees and core charges and everything. It came out to $168.74. Alright, so that's it for now. I think I'll clean it up and weld the tubes and get the locker put in and all that stuff. Maybe next weekend. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm going to be pretty sore tomorrow, I'm sure.